Ronnie, the crowd were delighted to see you back. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was a great crowd, and you know, fantastic venue to play in. You know, especially when it's full up. So yeah, it was good to be playing in that environment.
Special buzz coming back to the Masters. The adrenaline must have been pumping for 2,000 people in the room.
Yeah, I was really nervous, you know, because I haven't obviously played since the proper tournament since the World Championship. So to come out and play in, you know, for your first match, if you like, since the World Championships, it was a bit nerve-wracking. But I kind of settled down all right, and towards the end of the game, I felt quite involved a little bit, you know.
Your back's been playing you up.
It's better now, but I just feel like I'm like off balance a little bit. So trying to get the cue through on a straight line is a bit difficult at the moment. Take
us back to the World Championship. A bit of a shock losing to Stuart Bingham in the quarterfinals. How did you sort of deal with that over the summer period?
I don't know really. I was just a bit disappointed in my own performance, but you know, I didn't play great in my first two matches really. It was Sheffield, and you know, and then Bingham played just a fantastic last session. And I had a chance to go ahead a little bit early on in the match, and then when I didn't take that, he kind of I just couldn't shake him off really. And then, like I said, the last session I couldn't pot a ball really. So, but he played really well. So, and obviously went on to win it.
So then all of a sudden the new season starts up again, and of all the players in the game in the last few seasons, you've been the person that's decided more than others to pick and choose. What was actually going through your mind at the start of the season? Did you have a game plan? Did you sort of do it on an ad hoc basis? You know, the entry form comes through, you go, I don't fancy it, or did the back play a part? It was a little while back.
Well, actually, the first tournament I probably would have played in would have been maybe Shanghai, but I've not always relished going for the long trips, so probably would have been coming back for the one at Coventry.
Champion of Champions.
But I had done my back in just a couple of weeks before that, so I wouldn't have been able to play in that anyway. And then even for the UK, I probably wouldn't have been able to play in that one either. So actually, I haven't missed any tournaments because I would have only probably come back for Coventry. So this is actually the real first tournament I would have been able to enter.
Do you feel a bit rusty, or?
I feel absolutely terrible, to be honest with you. You know, I've gone from, you know, playing really well and feeling sharp, and then, you know, come after I won this tournament, I won the Welsh in 2014. Since then, my form has slowly kind of got a little bit worse and worse, and you know, I've managed to nick a few results, but I haven't been the most convincing over the last 18 months. So, you know, I'll have to kind of sort that out, really.
Arguably, you've got your toughest opponent. Historically, he's caused you problems. Mark Selby is a tenacious animal on the snooker table, and perhaps not the type of player you're best suited to?
He's like that with everybody though. You know, I was working on the UK Championships and I was watching all of Mark's matches, and everyone he played, he just killed them, you know. What I noticed about Mark is that you never get a good opportunity amongst the balls. You have to fight your way to get a chance, and he leaves you in awkward situations, and you know, you've never got a straightforward opening. So you know, he's tough for anybody to play. You know, he's probably the hardest match player. Well, he is the hardest match player on the circuit, and probably the only player that doesn't have to play his best to win tournaments. Whereas I think everybody else, including myself, John Higgins, Neil Robertson, Judd Trump, if we're on our game, then we're going to win tournaments. But if we're not, you know, we're eventually going to run out of gas and get beat by someone that is on their game.
Obviously, you're one short of Stephen Hendry's record for the Masters. Too short for the World Championship. Are the record books in your eyesight? I mean, obviously the 1,000 century breaks has been mentioned.
Yeah, and obviously they're nice to get records, you know, and you know, it'd be nice to win this again. But that's a long way off. But it's good to be even thinking about having the opportunity to come close to it.
Is the game plan for the rest of the season to play in as many tournaments as possible, or it's on an ad hoc basis?
Just have to wait and see, innit? I mean, I'm not trying to, but you know, if I don't feel like I can do myself justice, and I haven't done the last 18 months, I have to be pretty honest with it. You know, if I felt like I was playing okay, then, you know, not getting the results, then you can kind of stomach that. But if you're not getting results and you're not playing well, then that's a difficult one to get your head around, I think.
Okay, so how are you going to make 1,000 centuries if you're not playing anything? Or is that not so much of a bother? Would you like to just like it as a sort of an end result?
No, just like I said, you know, you just have to take it by ear. You know, hopefully I can get some form back. If I get some form back, I wouldn't care if I never really won another match again, as long as you're enjoying the game and playing it, and you know, it's just something to do sometimes, isn't it? Otherwise you get bored. What are you going to do with your time? But if you're butchering balls all around the table, then you think, you know, it's mentally it's tough to be able to deal with it.
So how do you make yourself enjoy it? Have you obviously when you're a kid, right? You know, you can play forever, right? So all of a sudden practicing is harder, yeah. And if you don't perform to the levels that you could achieve, say like Stephen Hendry, he knocked it on the head, retired. So have you got a sort of a way of trying to have longevity in the game? How do you enjoy it? How can you try and enjoy it if it's not going well?
I can only enjoy it if I'm playing all right. I mean, I'd rather play well and lose than play bad and win, because I'm not a Selby who can just forget about how I'm playing and just focus on just getting a win. You know, that takes too much out of me. If it doesn't come easy for me, and that stands for anything in life.
So is that like so then would you consider putting in more practice? Less. Yeah, there's no quality rather than quantity.
There's no point if you're struggling to be churning that hour after hour, because that's torturous for me, you know. Like I said, if it comes easy to me, then I'll play for 4 or 5 hours a day comfortably because I'm enjoying it. But if you're not, then I'm not one for wanting to grind out stuff. You know what I mean? It's got to come easy to me. I've accepted that about myself, you know. And yes, that's the type of player I am, I suppose.
Good luck for the rest of the
tournament.
Cheers,
thank you.